And I apologize because review's probably pretty boring, but this issue is boring. Hey guys, I'm feeling a little bit better. Hopefully I don't sound quite as gross in this video like I did in the last one. But I am back for my third review, but before I do that, I want to show you this nifty thing that I bought. It's not really that exciting, it's just a calendar, but it's a Transformers calendar and I got it for like $4 and it makes me happy. And this month, it's March, right? Yeah. March is Bumblebee! Yay! So I have this fun calendar. It makes me really happy. I'm gonna put it over there for right now. But like I said, I'll be reviewing number 3 of All Hail Megatron. Let me just say before I get started that this is another human-heavy issue, which makes me not happy, but okay. We'll just get started. This is another Trevor Hutchinson cover, so it's very cool. I think, I guess we can assume that it's Starscream, because he's the coolest of the Seekers, I guess, in a very big, menacing Decepticon flag. It's so scary. Starts off with a lot of people. Thankfully they're not at a party this time, though. It's actually a lot of very terrified people in a subway station underground, and they're all very scared because obviously they're all being attacked by giant robots. I'd be scared too. We see this one guy kind of come down and he looks very out of it, kind of like how I did in my last video. And we basically meet a couple of characters, but they don't have names and they don't mean anything. And all these people are sitting in their subway station and all of a sudden they're like, oh, a train is coming. Because yeah, there'd be a subway running when there's like this mass attack. It's a purple locomotive. But these people don't seem to care. They run up to the train anyway, and it's Astro Train, obviously. Really no surprise there. And he just kills everyone, and that's the end of that scene. Then we go back to Daniel Witwicky, our best friend. And then there's a lot of pages of nothing, like, at all. It's really just them saying that the Decepticons are destroying stuff. Because we didn't get that at all from the last couple of pages, or like the last 2 issues that showed us that. Yeah, nothing's happening at all. A couple of pages just show a bit more of the destruction, but like I said, this is what we've been seeing for the last like 2 issues. We don't need a 3rd issue that is just about them destroying stuff. But so yeah, nothing's happening at all. There is kind of one disturbing page that has a plane that has been purposefully crashed into the Lincoln Memorial. And out of everything we've seen so far, I have to say that would probably be the most, at least for me, I thought that was one of the ones who hit home the most. And then we get to go back to Megatron. Yay. And he's just talking to Hook, and they're talking about, they're going to build something in New York. They don't really specify what. I'm guessing it's like a base or something. I don't know. But then we get a very, very interesting conversation between Megatron and Starscream that brings up kind of 2 things that I want to talk about. The conversation itself isn't all that important or exciting. They're basically just like, we won. But one of the things they kind of say just kind of offhand, Megatron says that this galaxy-wide assault, so it's something that does not just include Earth, was brought about by one of their own. Now, I'm guessing that we can assume that he's talking about the Autobots and not like, I don't know, the GoBots or something. So I'm thinking we're seeing a little traitorness in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then one thing that I really liked about this, and I remember I commented in my first review about how I didn't like how Starscream was being portrayed. He was pretty typical. This conversation totally wipes that away and makes up for it, because Megatron tells Starscream that he's like doing a good job or something, and Starscream's like, you don't ever praise me, this is crazy, and Megatron says, that Starscream has a lot of potential, he's just not meeting it. And I like that, because Megatron doesn't always need to be, oh, Starscream, you're stupid, oh, Starscream, I don't like you, blah, I hate Starscream. Because that's repetitive and it's been done, and it's not really how I think it would happen, because Starscream is one of Megatron's best soldiers, so it makes sense for him to at least keep the morale up and not be like, I hate you. So that's it. That's the conversation that I like. For me, that's the highlight of this issue. Well, that and this next page, actually. Because on the next page we see a yellow Volkswagen Bug that has been exploded. It's been shot at by Rumble, who's like, he says, hate those things. And the Reflector Brothers are with him, and they say, pity they're not the real thing. So maybe I think Rumble's just walking around shooting all the cars that were once alt modes for Autobots, and I think that's really funny. And then we go back to the humans again. It's basically just showing them surviving. They're getting supplies and they're talking. We cut back to the guy who was being chased by Ravage in the last issue, and there's a funny little bit where one of the other soldiers says he did a really good job, and you know, he didn't expect a lot from a guy who thought that a jaguar was a dog. Okay, I messed up. I said that Ravage was a cougar, and I was wrong. But still, I was in the cat family. So the guy was like, that was a jaguar. So that's a funny little, you know, cleanup of the last issue where they called Ravage a dog like 4 times. And then they're just kind of chilling in there, and all of a sudden people say, I hear a train coming, there's a train coming, and they're all really excited, and they're like, yes, we're gonna get out of here. The guy who got chased by Ravage, I still don't know what his name is the only one that is smart enough to realize they're being attacked by things that turn into vehicles. And that trains would not be running right now. So he's like, you people are stupid, you don't want to go on that train. And they're like, no, you're stupid, we gotta go on this train right now. And then it pulls up, and it's Astro Train again, obviously. And the guy's like, you have to all get out of here, like, right now. And he gets everyone out, and the last frame is, or the last panel is just Astro Train standing over this guy whose name I can't find, and just so angry. Personally, I kind of look at this panel and laugh. I don't think he really needs to get that worked up about it, considering the fact that he can just, like, step on this guy and it'd be done. Like, I don't know why Astro Train is, like, so mad and worked up, but maybe he just gets really into what he's doing. And that's the end of the issue. I have to say, once again, not the best. It's another issue where nothing happens. Even in this issue, things happen and then we get explained about it later. The page of the plane crashed into the Lincoln Memorial. We later get Starscream saying that he's not with the other Seekers because he had business to take care of in the nation's capital. Okay, well, we really could have just had him say that, and then the picture of the plane and the Lincoln Memorial. We did not need the guys to be explaining it in those, like, 4 pages where it's just the military talking about nothing. I have to say the best thing about issue 3 is that it's right before issue 4, and from what I can tell about issue 4 on the little preview page, we are finally going to be returning to this Autobot story. And it looks like there's going to be some tension between Prowl and Ironhide, which we kind of already saw. I know in Infiltration and Escalation, we saw that there was some tension between those two. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly they're fighting about. It's not my least favorite issue because number 2 is by far my least favorite issue. But it's just, nothing happens. Quick note, I would like to thank so much, again, my subscribers, but especially TimeGem for giving me a shout out on his latest video. I really appreciate that, especially because his videos are so awesome. I know that most of you who are subscribed to me are probably already subscribed to him, and if you're not, you need to go check his videos out because they're great. So that's it. I will see you next time for issue 4.